Hello everybody, thank you for returning for another Menu Monday. If you're new and this is your first video, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. We have a lot of fun here. I do a lot of Menu Mondays where I do cooking. My husband and I travel around the country from job to job. I sometimes visit the areas where we are and entertain you that way also. So without further ado, I'm going to get cooking and show you this week's meals. The ingredients serves 12 people, so I had to cut this down quite a lot. So the first thing you're going to do is spray your casserole dish and then put half of the hash browns in the pan. Now, of course, I did not do half, but the directions are for 12. If you want to cut it down too, just cut your ingredients in half. Just cutting up an onion here. Getting a package delivered there. Alright, so in the bowl we have our onions. We're going to put our soup, sour cream, salt, and pepper. I have made Hashbrown Casserole before. It's the Cracker Barrel version. Very similar to this. It's just on a smaller scale, but you can just cut this one down. They're all good. Alright, we're going to mix all this till it's all combined, and then we spread this mixture over our hash browns. Now you have to be careful because, you know, the hash browns move around. So I just sort of put dollops all the way down and then just gently spread it out. We're going to sprinkle some shredded cheddar cheese. I use the Sharp, but you can use whichever one you prefer. And now we're going to repeat our layers. Just getting out every last bit of the mixture here, and then we'll smooth out this top layer. Again, sprinkle with the shredded cheddar. Now we're going to combine our Ritz crackers with our melted butter for the topping. And then we're going to sprinkle this over the top of the casserole. And this one goes in a 350-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes. I did it in the Emeril Lagasse electric oven, and I think it was done in 30 minutes. It cooks really fast. And there we go. One delicious side dish. Here are your ingredients. For our shrimp sheet pan, this is one of those days where I just went in the refrigerator and freezer and used up what I had, but it turned out so well that I went ahead and made it into a recipe and saved it in my paprika recipe manager, which is in the comments below if you'd like to try that out. It really helps you keep all your recipes together, and you can notate whether you like them, how much you like them. You can give them 5 stars down to 1 star. But if I don't give it 3 or more, I usually delete it once I've tried it. So the first thing I did is I found this broccoli, but it was too large, so I cut it into smaller chunks and took off the stems. I had a squash, and I cubed that up. I'm putting everything into a big bowl. And then I found a zucchini to go along with it, so I'm dicing this up also. You can pretty much use any vegetables you want in this. We're just going to make, like I said, a sheet pan. So I put everything in the bowl. We're going to mix it with olive oil, salt, pepper, and some Cajun seasoning. And then I had a sausage, and I just cut this into slices. Alright, going in with the olive oil and the seasonings now. I will have them all listed at the end of the video and also on our website, rvlifeintheusa.com. This will be menu Monday, 1/11/21. Alright, now we're just going to give this a toss and make sure everything gets coated with the oil and the seasonings. And now we're going to put it all on a sheet pan. We're going to bake this at 400 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to turn it over and cook it for another 8 to 10 minutes until everything's cooked to your desired tenderness. While that's cooking in the oven, I'm going to do the shrimp on the skillet. You could possibly put it on the sheet pan, but I didn't fancy that. I like to keep an eye on my shrimp. Alright, so that's been 10 minutes. Turning it over now. And then for the shrimp, we just add the olive oil to the skillet. And we're going to cook this over medium high. Depends how hot your stove top is. I think mine was on medium. You're going to add your shrimp and cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes until the shrimp is pink. And then, of course, your vegetables ready at the same time. You're going to add your shrimp and then serve and enjoy. And I did top the shrimp with some Slap Your Mama seasoning, or you can use any Cajun seasoning of choice. Okay, now the shrimp's done. We're going to dish up. We'll get the vegetables and sausage out of the oven. Top it with our shrimp. Like I said, this was so good. I was like, I want to remember this recipe, even though I just threw it together. And there we go, your finished dish, and here's the ingredients that I used. I hope you try it. We are lovers of Mississippi pot roast. When I saw a recipe on Pinterest for Mississippi chicken, I was all about it. Now, this called for chicken thighs. I had two that were bone-in, skin-on, so I had to clean those up first, make them boneless and skinless. And the rest of my thighs were boneless and skinless, so together it made enough to try this meal. So now I've got all the chicken ready. I'm going to go ahead and put my liner in the Instant Pot. I'm going to add the chicken to the bottom. And now we're going to sprinkle two dry mixes. One is a ranch dressing mix and the other is a gravy mix. You can use an au jus gravy packet or brown gravy packet, but I have a bottle of it. So I just used, I think, 2 tablespoons, which is the equivalent of a package. And then we're going to top this with a 1/4 cup of butter that's sliced and spread it around in the crock pot. And then we're going to put the peppers on top. I was finishing up a jar here, so I just used what I had left. You can put, it called for 6, you can put as many as you want on there. It really gives it some good flavor. I was even tempted to put a little juice in there, but I didn't go that far. I made another Hashbrown Casserole with what I had left over in the fridge from the first one the week before. And then to go with it, I did some glazed carrots. So I just used brown sugar and butter and mix that up. And then cook the carrots until they're soft and tender. The Mississippi chicken cooks on low for 4 to 5 hours. So I did these sides at the end of the day when everything was ready in the crock pot. These carrots are so delicious if you're looking for a simple side dish. So this is dinner. It was absolutely fantastic. The flavor of that chicken was wonderful, and I'm certainly going to be doing it again. Here are your ingredients. For our Instant Pot spaghetti, the first thing we're going to do is set it to saute and add the ground beef. You can also make this with sausage. I do have a recipe for spaghetti using sausage, and that is just as good. This one I did the beef. That's what I had on hand. And we're going to add salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and Italian seasoning. And we're going to cook the meats in the seasonings, breaking up the meat until it's completely browned. And then we're going to drain off any excess grease from the meat if that's necessary. You want to break, the meat's now done, you want to break the spaghetti in half and place that on top of the meat. We're then going to pour over the top the spaghetti sauce. Then we're going to add 1.5 cans of water, or 36 ounces. And then some diced tomatoes. Okay, you want to push the spaghetti noodles down so that they're all covered like this. And we'll put the lid on and set this to manual, high pressure, 8 minutes. When the time is up, you can do a quick release to open the Instant Pot, and then you want to stir the spaghetti. While it was cooking, I did some garlic toast on the side. Very simple, just butter, and then sprinkle it with the garlic powder. Alright, so here I am stirring this spaghetti. Now I had one clump here that was sticking together, so I had to keep working on that, but it did come loose. I didn't have that happen with my last spaghetti, but just make sure you get any clumps out. It wasn't too difficult. There it went. This was very, very tasty spaghetti and very quick. I mean, who can beat 8 minutes? One pot. So I'll put your ingredients here at the end. There it is on the plate. Hope you try it. I hope you enjoyed this week's meals. I hope you try some of them. They were all really good. And then coming up on Thursday, I'm going to have a sort of get it all done video. You guys said you liked those. I did actually take off all the cornice boards. You can see here. I'm going to be showing you that and getting some decluttering done and organizing in the kitchen. So thank you for joining me again today, and I'll see you on Thursday. Love y'all. Bye-bye.